Hello, my darlings. Hello. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute since I have done a little check-in update thingy. So, I turned 45 yesterday on the Gregorian calendar, that is. 45, yes. 45, 45, 45, hi. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Okay, so anyways, just okay, gonna see what comes through. Basically, how do I okay, let's see here. A lot of people that I know personally and also just seeing out in the world. Can you put your finger down, please? Seeing out in the world, on the platforms that I observe, which would be, a lot of spiritual based stuff and everything like that. There are so many people that think that they are advanced to a certain level spiritually, and unfortunately, they're just not there. I'm seeing a lot of people, what they say, getting lost in the sauce, and not really realizing or acknowledging, or maybe because they're just not able to, the bigger picture of this world and this matrix system situation we're in. And I've engaged in a few conversations with people that is coming from a place of, for some, tough love, and it gets received as attack, like personal attack. When for me, if I, baby doll, watch out. If I'm offering, unsolicited advice, I guess you can call it. I shouldn't do that because that doesn't ever work. But hold on 1 second now. Oh. Got my little guy just jumping around on my leg here. Personal attack, and what that is the perspective, the lens that people see through sometimes immediately takes them to that place of defense, self-defense, and needing to defend a perspective that they have, which is valid for them. However, if you adjust your focus a little bit and listen to possibly perhaps what this person is trying to say to you from a different perspective, also known as a paradigm shift, maybe you could benefit from information that comes to you from people that care about you and love you. That's who you should be listening to if you have a good solid group of people that are around you. Most people don't. They have people that just occupy space and time around them because they don't want to be alone, and they get wrapped up in drama and trauma and stupid baloney because it fills their days. It occupies them in time and space. So that again is your choice, but also, I don't get into like keyboard battles, online and stuff like that. I made one comment on a post from someone that I watch their content occasionally, and they are on the right track a lot of times, but like I said, they're getting real lost in the sauce, and they put a lot of stuff up, in my opinion. It creates a racial divide, right? And it really does, because they talk about, black people shouldn't have children with white people, and it's very, very much geared towards the superiority of the melanated community. Please put that down. And I have my viewpoints on that. There's lots of different viewpoints. But ultimately what my perspective is of a higher dimensional perspective. And when I made this comment to the creator, you know, that their content could be seen as creating racial divide, they're like, no, prove it. That's not true. That's not. I'm like, well, I'm not a racist. Prove I'm a racist. I said, well, I just offered like one more response, and I left it at that, because I said, well, I'm not saying you are a racist. I'm saying as a white woman in this incarnation that I am currently in, your content can be confusing and can be taken as creating a racial divide, and especially speaking about interracial children, when all of my children are interracial. But ultimately, you know, he said, well, this, you know, animals don't interbreed, you know, among different species and whatnot. And I'm like, well, you know, first of all, like I said, it was a very short response that I said, because they felt like they were under attack. And then, of course, I did for a brief moment, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into this keyboard battle, right? Because then somebody else chimes in, oh, well, then stop following him and sit. You need to go sit down somewhere. I'm like, honey, I am laying down. I don't need to sit down. I'm laying down and I'm doing fine. I didn't even respond to that person. But I said, well, you know, we're all ET human hybrids. If you know, then you know. And we have galactic origins, and if you are of the mindset of the, you know, we occupy this avatar skin suit that we are in, yes, has DNA codes and lineage attached to this incarnation. We have lived other incarnations, that of which for myself personally has been of melanated men, Asian samurai men. I've primarily been a man, and a melanated ethnic one. This is, I believe, my only incarnation as a white woman that I'm currently experiencing. So anyway, it was interesting because the you know, I just offered a higher dimensional perspective, and the content creator and then one of his little followers, you know, just immediately kind of like, oh, you need to sit down, you need to stop it, this, that, and the other thing. I'm not going to engage in this. I'm just offering you a higher dimensional perspective. Take it or leave it. And if you're so attached to this incarnation, this skin suit avatar that you're in this sliver of reality, and this sliver of this dimension, if you know anything about quantum mechanics and quantum physics and life, how it really is, a lot of these conversations and content people are putting out there, it's just lip service and really a waste of time. I'm not telling people to stop following their passions and whatnot, but don't be attached to your physical body, your race, your ethnic background, your gender. This is who you are in this incarnation. You have been many races, ethnic backgrounds, and obviously too, male or female, but you've also occupied different animals, species. You could have been a rock. Many different things. Animals, everything like that. So I guess where I'm going with this is relax. Enjoy your life. If you don't like the people around you, don't have them around you. If you feel as though somebody's personally attacking you, I mean, like on a conversation level, you need to think about, why do you feel personally attacked, right? You don't have to believe what other people believe, but something inside of you need to find your peace, your level of peace that you can have conversations and interactions with people. And another thing is, it's so important. It is so very, very, very important to have your independence and be able to live independently and not codependently. I see, like I said, so many people that I know personally and those that I don't, chasing men, chasing women, looking for their validation in others. And if you want to live that upheaval like that, you're not doing yourself a favor, any kind of favors. You're actually doing yourself a disservice by constantly searching outside of yourself. I understand one of the main things in this incarnation is partnership, right? Finding that ride or die that you can sit with and have on your side. But if that's all you're doing, day after day, week after week, year after year, jumping from one to the other, I can say this stuff because I haven't jumped from one to the other, but I went from a 7-year marriage into a 3-year relationship, then into, having a child with a sperm donor situation. But during that interim, yes, I felt lonely, and I wanted to find that partner, but I wasn't chasing after it. I decided to sit within myself and learn to love myself and focus on myself and my children and my goals and what have you, and manifesting the life that I want, and that is exactly what I'm doing in every way and aspect. Everything that I want, I create, and I currently have. If I wanted a partner, well, sure, I would have one, but that's not something that, that's not something I desire at this point. And just like I said, in my own personal opinion,